So I would argue, and many others would, that when the SDGs came about in 2015 and we had 193 countries and we identified how much capital needs to go in to make progress and achieve the goals by 2030 under the 17 SDGs, that amount of capital, everyone realized, could not come from one party, one source, one country alone. In fact, those SDGs were structured to say, how do we create a platform for people to think about investing that forces and encourages both collaboration, but private enterprise, private capital to come into the space? And if in fact, and we believe this, if in fact we're focused on the SDGs, it creates a market opportunity because there's such a fundamental need. So if I'm focused on investing in a company A, traditional company doing something that's very much, I'm going to say used by people in a certain crowd at a certain price point, certain growth rate in that industry. But if I say, but there's huge need for, best example, renewable energy, well, that's a high growth industry because the world needs to move away from fossil fuel to renewable. Well, that's an investment opportunity driven by a growth rate. So I'd answer your question by saying, when they were created, there was an expectation of it would be from all sectors, private and public, NGOs, government, private sector, individuals, and so forth, philanthropists, et cetera. Second is, no one party can do it themselves because the goals are so ambitious and need so much capital. Creates a market opportunity for us to invest in high growth industries that are doing both good and generating returns because of that high growth. And then the fourth thing I would say is, given the buy-in and the I'm going to say the execution by 193 countries in this, it's become a useful tool for framing impact in a way that allows some degree of evaluation across different companies or countries or organizations, right? As opposed to each reporting impact in their own way, where if I have an investment decision, capital is global. I can invest in company A in geography B, but how do I actually understand the impact? It's a useful framing tool that allows us to say, okay, I get that they're striving for a certain sustainable development goal. If I've got investor focus on that, it allows me to look at that company and then provide some degree of comparability and some degree of consistent disclosure over time about how we're measuring impact against those SDGs.